Well, hello everyone and welcome back to Shutters and Speed. Here we are in the new year and we're all looking forward hopefully to another biking season, and so I thought it would be a good time to go through the Scenic Navigation app on my desktop here to look at how it works with a view to planning a ride for the coming months when hopefully the weather will improve and we can get out on our bikes again. And obviously sometimes it's quite nice to have a plan as to what we're going to do. So with this app I'm going to hopefully show you how easy it is to plan a route. It'll only be a simple route fairly close to where I live, and then we're going to transfer it over to my phone and see how easy that and how seamless that is to work, and hopefully we'll get some joy out of that and you'll find it useful. So without further ado, as we say here in Norfolk, we'll run them their titles, boy, and get into it. Yeah, so welcome back to Shutters and Speed. Yeah, we're here in the Scenic app and or the Scenic desktop app, and then so we're going to have a look at that and see how we go about planning a route. Now, obviously, we have covered the mobile app before, and if you're interested in looking at that video, a link will probably appear somewhere up here in the screen or in the description below, so that you can go and have a look at that. Now, the Scenic app has had quite a significant update recently, from 3.5 to 4, and what that means is that they've actually moved to another mapping platform. And now, as it stands at the moment, one or two features have been lost, but I'm assured that they're coming back before the biking season gets underway. And one of the most significant ones of that, of course, is the speed camera awareness feature, which was very good on the last system, but hasn't been added yet to the new one. But I understand that it will be added very soon, so hopefully that will be, and we'll be up and running again. But as for planning, things I think look quite smooth and work really well. So let's get into it and have a look at the interface on the screen here. So here we are on the screen of the Scenic app, and we're going to just plan a simple ride. So we're going to come down here to the middle of the screen where it says plan. We're going to click on that, and that will take us straight into this interface at the bottom, which has got various buttons to it, and they are all sort of fairly self-explanatory. Now, the bottom one here, both via hashtag and via one, are ones that I don't tend to use too much. Or the stop hashtag. I'm not entirely sure what the hashtag means, but so if you know, then hopefully you'll let me know in the description or in the comments below. But suffice it to say, I know that a lot of the other online route planners, like Simon Weir, for example, they seem to just use stops all the time. So that's what I tend to do when I'm doing this sort of work. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at the interface. Now, this is my hometown of Downham Market, and if I just click and move the cursor or the map around, I'm hoping that you can see this little red crosshair icon here, which signifies where you are on the map and where it's going to start. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to zoom out on my wheel like this, and then I'm going to move over significantly to a place where I want to start a ride. Now, as we go up here to the middle of the screen, I'm now going to zoom in again, and we're going to come in at Walcott on the Norfolk coast, or the northeast Norfolk coast, I guess. And we're going to zoom in quite tight until we get to Walcott. And if we go in even tighter still, you can see, hopefully, if I get it right, where are we? Yes, here we are. Now, I don't know if you can see that on the screen. I hope you can. We've got here the Kingfisher Cafe and Ice Cream Parlour, which I find is a great place to start a ride. It's a good cafe or an ice cream or fish and chips even. I mean, that little emporium there is really great, and it's a good place to either start or finish your ride. So we're going to start there. So I'm going to go to start the ride here somewhere. Yeah, so here we are at the Ice Cream Cafe. We're going to start right here. And then I'm going to go down to the bottom left of the screen and click start, and we get a flag up here, and then I'm going to actually move my cursor along this route, and I'm going to go to let's go zoom out a bit so we can see clearly where we're going. Yeah, I'm going to go down to this point here. So I'm going to this crossroads here. So I'm going to move my cursor over this crossroads and just zoom in there. And we're going to turn what right there. So I'm going to put stop 1 in that section. So that's great. We've made a start. I'm now going to move the cursor over, and we're going to go along this road here. And let's just zoom out again so that we can see the map a bit more clearly. And then we're going to go to what looks like Ridlington. And we're going to carry on through Ridlington, and we're going to get to this turning here. And what we'll do is we'll put in another stop there. So we go stop 2. So we stop there. And then we're going to make our way up this road here towards, I think, Munsley. Yes, I think what we'll do is okay. So what we'll do is we will make our way up to this particular section here, zoom in, and we're going to make a stop here. We're then going to zoom out, have another look, and I think what we'll do is we will go to this point here on the map, zoom in. We're going to go to that little crossroads there, so we'll put a stop in there, and then we're going to zoom out, move up to this point on the map on the North Walsham Road, zoom in, and then move the crosshair precisely over that point, and that'll be stop 5, and then we're going to zoom out. And I'm hoping that we will head towards Munsley. So I think what we'll do is we shall zoom in again at roughly this point. And click stop 6. And then we'll move along here, and we'll take the road up to Munsley, which is a decent place to visit. Or even, no, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just head towards Bacton. That's what we'll do. So we'll get to this point here. Yeah, there. That'll do. That'll be nice. So we'll zoom in. Just make sure we get the red where we need to be. So we're coming down. We've been coming down Church Road. So we'll put a stop in there. And then what we'll do is we shall zoom out and then go to this point here. I mean, this is not a greatest route, I don't suppose, but I hope you get an idea of how good the system is to work. So you can zoom in, and then another stop, and zoom out, and then we'll make our way back probably to the finish around here. So we'll go back to the old Kingfisher Calf, and we'll put the finish, the checkered flag, there. So that has created a route. It's only 9 miles, and it's only 26 minutes long. But if we zoom out, we can see the route that we've actually just created. So we've started at Walcott, made our way around this route, gone around here like this. I hope you can see my cursor okay, and move my cursor around the route, and this has had this sort of the small route that we've made. So you can imagine that if you're really planning a route for a trip, say up in the Lake District or Scotland or whatever, you can actually have a good look at the map and pick out your own route, and then plot that yourself, and then you can save the route as a file, as it were, which then gets transferred onto your phone. And the other great thing is that you can also, when you get it onto your phone, the system will actually drive you from wherever you are to the start point of this route. So that is obviously quite useful as well. So if you're heading up into Yorkshire or wherever in the country, you can create routes in those areas, and once you've done that, from wherever you are, you can select the route that you want to take. And if say you're staying in a bed and breakfast or a hotel somewhere, and you want to go on a particular route that is nearby, you can set your sat nav to cover that route, and the system will actually take you there. It will take you from where you are to the start of the route. Then you can obviously do the route, and everything is brilliant. And we'll probably demonstrate that, or this will come up on here in a moment. So hopefully that'll be clear. So right, so now that we've made the route, we're going to save it. So I've clicked on the top left here, to the floppy disk symbol there, and I'm going to save this route. So it's going to go into a folder called Favourites. I mean, you can create your own folders, but Favourites is good enough for me. And I'm going to call this Walcott Circuit. And I'm going to hit Save. So that's saved that route. So if we now go into My Routes and look up the favourites, hopefully somewhere we've got Walcott Biscuit for some reason. I'm not quite sure what I've done there, but that's the route that we've just created today on the 18th of December. How on earth I managed to write biscuit, I'm not sure, but none the more for that, it's there. So the next step, of course, is to see how it works on the phone. So we'll have a look at that next. Yeah, so we've got the Walcott Biscuit route in the system here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to slide the phone, hopefully, onto the screen here, and then we can hopefully show you that the system is actually working well and has moved the route from the desktop onto the phone in a seamless fashion. Now, the big thing to remember about phones is, and it's also worth mentioning here at this point, that the Scenic app is only actually really compatible with Apple systems, as it were. There is plans, I understand, to bring it into line and make it available for Android devices and Windows desktop systems. But at the moment, I think for the phone use, it's only currently available for iPhone users, unfortunately, but I'm one of those, so I suppose that's fine by me. Anyway, so here we go. We've got the phone here, and what you'll find is if you do want to get a seamless transition, you must make sure that all the apps, or especially the Scenic app, is actually closed in the background. Now, to do that, what I tend to do is I tend to open the app on my phone, and I will slide up from the right here, and then I will then flick the apps up, as it were, and so that then permanently, if you like, closes all the apps that are operating effectively in the background, and so we can then start afresh. So hopefully you'll be able to see that the Scenic app will fire up, and we will go to the favourite, or the My Routes section here. We'll hit My Routes and we'll hit Favourites, and hopefully down here will be Walcott Biscuit, and there it is. For all it's actually worked, would you believe it? So that's fantastic, isn't it? So what you can do now, of course, is you can just click on that, and that shows you the route, and then you can go to the top right hand sort of corner of the screen here with the little diamond yellow square with the funny shaped arrow, and if you hit that, it will then not only will it start the route, but it's going to take me from my home here in Downham Market straight to the start of the Walcott route, which is at the Kingfisher Cafe there. With so you can ride from here to Downham Market, have some fish and chips, and then do the little route, and then come home. And that is quite a nice little ride out if you happen to be here in Norfolk. So what I'll do is I'll just quickly zoom in on the phone here on the map, and you can actually see the map here that we've just created on the desktop, and and you can see that everything is there and all the stops are there. Now the interesting thing about the stops is that you can make a note when you're creating these stops. So if you're, say, planning a tour of an area, say like Yorkshire, and say of a popular biking cafe or a museum or anything like that, you can sort of create a stop at that location and probably make a note in a diary or something somewhere to tell you what that actually means, so that you'll know that stop 3 is at the, I don't know, the Green Welly Cafe or something like that. So that's quite a good way of planning routes as we go forward. So as you can see here, the route takes you to the start, and then we go from the start to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and back to the start, the finish of the route at the Kingfisher Cafe, and then from there you can set the thing to take you home. So all you need to do now to get the system up and running is just hit ride on the phone, and everything starts, and we're ready to go. And it tells me that the total distance to the Kingfisher Calf and to do the ride is 72 miles, and it's going to take me 2 hours and 25 minutes. So, you know, it's fantastic that it's all there for us to see. And then, of course, if you don't want to actually do the route now, you can just hit this red button and hit the stop ride button, stop ride, and we're back to where we started. Yeah, so I hope you found that little insight into the Scenic desktop app useful. I find it to be very, very smooth, very seamless, and it's dead easy to create routes that are useful. And you know, now's the time when we're not, you know, I mean, the biking season is going to be a bit rough from here on in until probably the beginning of March, but it gives us plenty of time in the cold, wet evenings to sit down and have a look at a few routes and plan some out for ourselves. And the other thing, I haven't actually done this yet, but it is possible, of course, to export these routes that you create and create them and save them as GPX files, and so you can then share them with your friends, so that if you're out with a gang of mates, they can load that into any sat nav, and you're all following the same route, which is also fantastic and very, very flexible as well, which is obviously great news. So like I say, I hope you found that useful. I certainly have enjoyed using this system so far, and I've actually found it to be very seamless compared to the lumpy and very, you know, very, oh, it was awful. The TomTom system was getting very annoying and very, you know, slow and, you know, all that sort of thing. This is really smooth, seamless, and works brilliantly. So, like I said earlier, I hope you found this useful, and so, without further ado, until next time, as we say here in Norfolk, do you keep on a troshin', boy.